Hey everyone, my name is Hamza Ansari. I'm the Vice President of University Affairs and Academics here at the University of Toronto Mississauga Students' Union. And today I'm very interested in getting feedback from students on how their services are at the Office of Registrar and their experience. So today we have with us a student from the DEM program. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Nabil Arif, and I'm a third-year student in the DEM program.
My name is Sirhat, and I'm a fourth-year economics student.
Hi, my name's Emma. I'm from philosophy program.
My name is Rishabh Dev, and my program is double major in criminology and CCIT.
My name is Saman Nasser. I'm a fourth-year student. I'm doing a psychology and political science double major.
Hi, my name's Manahil, and I'm doing business management.
My name is Shilpa Venkiraman, and I'm in commerce accounting fourth year.
So I'll start off with the first question. At the Office of the Registrar, were the representatives very knowledgeable with your inquiry?
I believe that they're very knowledgeable.
Yeah, relatively. They never really had any problems, but it's not like they know everything. They still always some guesses.
It depends. I mean, for the most part, anytime I've gone to go talk to an academic advisor or somebody at the front desk, they answer my questions generally, but in terms of specifics, they've sent me to see my program directors. The thing is, when I go see my program directors, they send me back to the Office of the Registrar.
They were knowledgeable, but it took some time to actually get the information out. I felt like every time I went there, they first were kind of confused on what I was asking, and I had to ask them a series of questions for them to understand what I was saying.
If you've ever made a phone call, was it handled quickly?
No, I had to at least wait 10 minutes for each phone call, and since I'm an international student, I actually sometimes call from my own home country, and as you might know, that was a big issue, waiting 10 minutes on an international line.
Yeah, I called them once. I can't remember for what it was. It was a bit early in the time. It was honestly, it took like 10, 15 minutes. I mean, like I was doing other things. I just had it on speakerphone. It wasn't too bad.
The one time I called them, they said I had to come in and make an appointment.
For the most part, I'm always directed somewhere else, and that doesn't completely go through, and I end up having to come in person.
How has the waiting time been when you've been waiting for your inquiry?
See, that's the main area of concern. The waiting time is actually very unsatisfactory.
The waiting time, again, it was the same as a phone call, and it just was really long, and just to ask a very brief question, I had to wait in line for a minimum of 10 minutes, and that's minimum.
It depends when you come in. Like, I've noticed that towards like the beginning of the semesters, it's always a lot more people trying to get appointments. So yeah, I remember I waited once for about an hour just to get an appointment, and that was walk-in because they weren't taking any scheduled appointments.
Bad, because it always takes too long. I feel like they should maybe expand or have more people so it doesn't have to take this long.
Did you feel comfortable talking with the Office of Registrar?
Well, it was sort of in the middle. It was pretty comfortable. Like I could talk to them and speak to them about my personal problems, but at the same time, it's in an open environment. So it was really hard because the waiting line is right beside the advisors. So I felt like students in the waiting line could easily know what my problems are.
I did feel comfortable because I don't think they were hostile or there were no psychological issues that I had.
Kind of.
Why is that?
Because as I said, that whenever I go to the office of registrar, it's this really huge lineup, and they gave me like general answers. That's it.
I think I did feel comfortable. It was like they weren't like making me feel weird or anything.
In terms of your experience, was there anything that stood out to you as being very excellent? And your options would be patient, courteous, knowledgeable, enthusiastic, or none of the above?
None of the above, actually. I wouldn't say it was excellent, but it was a pretty well-rounded service.
Other people are really nice. They try to help you as much as they can. They try to, figure out what you need.
I think by the end of it, it was pretty good that they answered your question, even though it took some time. But like, if my questions are answered, I'm happy at the end of the day.
Are you overall satisfied with the services provided by the Office of Registrar?
Unfortunately, I have to say no.
Yeah, mediocre at best.
It's the rating is like 5 to 6. I'm like moderately satisfied.
No, it's understandable that there are a lot of students, but as the student population grows, I mean the registrar office sort of stayed the same. They never grew along with the students, right? So
to be honest, not really. I feel like it needs a lot of improvement, but I guess we're getting there. If they, I don't know, make the waiting time a bit less.
Reasonably, yeah. I wouldn't say it's the best, but reasonably, yeah.
So would you feel more comfortable talking to a student expert in the field rather than a representative from the registrar's office?
Well, I believe that both has their own benefits and drawbacks.
I would probably choose a student representative just because I know that they would share their knowledge that came with their experience. So that would mean a lot to me because there are some things that the rules or the rule book doesn't apply, and I would probably choose a student's experience rather than just a book that they read off of.
I feel like if there's a student, it'll be more efficient as like you can connect better with them. They know what kind of questions you would have if they've experienced it.
Student representative.
And why is that?
I feel like they would be able to connect and relate more to the actual problems as compared to someone from the office of the registrar, because they would just say that they're doing their work, so they would not know about what a person has to go through from the other end. So student for sure.
Would you recommend your services to a friend?
No, and usually when they come up, since I'm a fourth year, younger students come up to me and ask me questions. I just refer them to their own department's academic advisors.
I wouldn't go out of my way and recommend their services, but at the same time, everyone who's a student here has to go through the registrar's office, so it's not one of those things where you can get away with not going to the registrar's office.
Honestly, I wouldn't, but we don't have any other choice, so I guess that's our only option right now.
I would recommend it to a friend, like I said, because they're all knowledgeable. They can clear the queries, but I would warn them that they have to wait long.
All right, great. Thank you for your time.